Hey my you ladies and my you gents, I'm Tocher, and today is November, as you can see with my mustache hanging over my lip and the big smile on my face. November 27th, 2013, week 53 of my weigh-in Wednesdays. That means it has been 1 year since I've started this process. Now, before I continue and talk about anything else, I just want to say thank you to all of you who've been watching. Thank you to my family and friends. Thank you to the people who wrote comments that were disrespectful and respectful, because in some way or another I've learned from those things, and I want to say thank you to God, because at the end of the day, the trials and tribulations and the things that I've had to go through or quote-unquote endure has created something inside of me, and those three things are this: awareness towards other people and situations, patience, and finally hope. And I sit right now at the ridge of a part of a mountain, not the top of the mountain, but a ridge, and I can look up and I can see the peaks of those mountains and the different stages I have to go through in my life. I don't know what they are, but I know I'm going to keep climbing. And that is the things that create a sense of determination in your life, is the trials and tribulations you have to go through. The first more or less 27 years of my life, I would cry myself to sleep sometimes. I didn't know what I was doing. I knew I had visions and ideas and thoughts and things that I feel were planted from God. Maybe you feel it's energy, maybe you feel it's your own resources or your own creative mind, and that's cool too. Don't get me wrong, I ain't here to preach to you, but I will say this: if you take those things and you start clearing your spirit, and that clears your mind, your body will usually be the next thing to follow. And as much as I was watching the videos with my family, as I was preparing for this kind of joyous week, where I ate way too much, and I'll talk to you about that in 1 second, but you know, I was watching these old videos and I saw in myself, not only did I shed a whole bunch of weight and I gained muscle and I become a stronger being because of that, I also saw that the way I walked, the way I talked, my mentality towards things, and my literal spirit man, the ability to give more than to receive had changed. The way my demeanor had changed. I'm so excited about the future. And let me tell you this: I'm not going to weigh myself this week because I'm pretty sure I ate too much. So I'm going to be eating a lot more constringent. I'm going to be working out a little bit harder, and I'm going to get myself back on track. It was my 1 year anniversary. I kind of went a little buck nuts on Saturday. My friend, I'm just gonna say Chantel T. I'm not gonna go any further than that. She's one of the greatest bakers ever. She baked up a storm for a friend's birthday party. I had way too many sweets. So between me being joyous, I'm also hiding behind that, and hopefully I can work out and get back. I'm pretty sure, actually I'm about 189 or so right now, but I also had to leave early because there was a bit of an emergency, so I had to eat a few meals, so doing the weigh-in now would be completely inaccurate as well. But anyway, I digress. I just wanted to say this one thing, and this kind of sums up the last year, and then I'm just going to talk to you a little bit about what's in the description below. In Romans 5, 1 through 11, it talks about trials and tribulations and things you have to go through, and the things that you face. And the things that you face in this life create those things, three things I talked about, or four, I guess you could say: endurance, awareness, patience, and then finally hope. And I'm really hopeful about the future, and I want you to be hopeful too. And maybe you haven't started your journey yet, and maybe you never watched this series before. Go back to the beginning. There should be a link in the description below, or a video that'll pop up here. That is the beginning of my journey, where I was at, what I was doing, not to the chronological date, but a few months after when I started this series. And from where I was to where I am today, I tell you, I am much better. And I'm much better because I just took the time to realize that I am worth something. I am a blessed creation. I am a person that can impact the world if I choose and desire it seriously. If I push aside the resistance in my life and I look for the beams of light that is hidden behind those disgusting, dark, gray, stormy clouds, because you can also get through it as well. I'm not saying it's going to be a bed of roses. If anything, most of the time it's going to be hard and uphill. And those people who say it is not, they're hiding very, very well, or they've got a life and a prescription to something that we don't know about. And I don't mean that medically, I meant that metaphorically. I apologize. See, the fact of the matter is this: when you really take a deep look into your life, I'm sure you can see miracles all around you. I'm sure you can see things that shouldn't have happened that still happened. And you can latch onto those things and blast past the people who say you can't do things, the people who say you're never going to do it, the people who always are around you haranguing you. And you know what you can do? You can peacefully, humbly, and calmly do what you got to do without pride, in confidence, without over-egotism, and with humility. And you can show them through your testimony and through your life choices that you can. Finally, I just want to talk about, in the description below, I have 2 articles that I was blessed to write through a company I've been writing for a few years now. One is at the 4th month stage, and one is within the last week of the filming of this video. And that really outlines the things that I'm talking about in this video today. It's a little bit more collected, a little bit more well thought out, as it is 2 written pieces, but they should be in the description below. I really again want to say thank you for anything and everything. You know, all forms of communication is still communication. You know, and I really am just a blessed young man to be able to do what I'm doing. And I really am torn for those of you who are sitting there who feel you don't have anything left. You do. You are fantastic. You are amazing. You are wonderful. If you need to drop me a comment or question, or you need to put a personal message in, and maybe this is the first time you're seeing me, and maybe you think I'm a nutbag, and that's fine too. Drop me any form of communication. I'll try my best to get back to you. Check out the description below for all the stuff that I talked about, the website, the blog, and the links, and anything else that pertains to this video. I want to thank you so much again for spending your precious time with me. I hope you're gleaning anything out of this series. And I want you to know how excited I am and thankful that you've been watching anything that I've been able to put out so far. Have yourself a wonderful day, evening, morning, or night. God bless. Oh yeah, and if you like what I'm doing, please tweet, tumble, like, share, thumbs up, plus pin, or do whatever you do, and please subscribe.